To the public. No, don't tell anyone this building. The public don't tell you. The public don't tell anyone. We're exploring, like, now, you know the virus keeps mutating? Yeah. Well, one of the things we're exploring is, like, why don't we just mutate it ourselves so we can focus on new vaccines, right? So we have to do that. If we're going to do that, though, there's a risk of, like, as you can imagine, no one wants to be having a pharma company mutating viruses. We have very controlled to make sure that this virus that you mutate doesn't create something like, it goes everywhere. Something crazy. It's the way the virus started and moving on it. To be honest, like it makes no sense if this virus just popped out of nowhere. And like, yeah, I know. It sounds like gain of function to me. I don't know, it's a little bit different. I think it's different. It's like this. It's definitely not gain of function. It sounds like it is. I mean, it's okay. No. The directed evolution is very different. And we're not supposed to do gain of function research of the viruses. Like, they're definitely not. But you do like these like selective directional mutations to try to see if you can get more potent. Yeah. So there is research online about that. I don't know how that's going to work. There not being more outbreaks because like Jesus Christ.
The gentleman seems to have absolutely no moral compass at all.
I think it's all good for all government officials. It's pretty good for the industry, to be honest. Yeah. It's bad for everyone else in America. Why is it bad for everybody else? Because if the regulators, which are people at drugs, know that once they stop being regulated, they want to come work for the company, they're not going to be as harsh on the company. You know, hearing yourself.
If this is the quality of individuals within Pfizer that are making these huge decisions that risk global public health, it's profoundly corrupt.
Did you hear all that? I am so thankful to James O'Keefe and his undercover journalists. They got that Pfizer director of research and development to admit on camera that Pfizer is working on mutating COVID themselves so they can create new vaccines. How do you have a soul? How is that not gain of function? It is. Thank you, Project Veritas, for breaking this. And there's more videos to come with this same clown. But let's get a real researcher, virologist, immunologist, doctor, and the man who holds, like 8 or 9 patents to the mRNA technology used in the Pfizer and I believe Moderna vaccines, our friend, Dr. Robert Malone. Doc, thank you for joining us, and thank you for working with James and his team. Let's tear apart some of this video. It was much, much longer, but of course we only have time for a few minutes of it. You've been privy to the whole video. The claims this guy was making, wow. I mean, if this doesn't expose Pfizer to billions in lawsuits for anyone that's been forced out of their job or forced to take this thing, when you're questioning what they're doing over there, here's another smoking gun. How many more do we need to expose the truth about these vaccines, Doc?
So, Dan, I want to say something right off the bat that ties into your prior segment.
Yes.
The underlying thesis here behind what this gentleman is saying is that they can't get ahead of the mutations. This is an explicit acknowledgement that this logic of boosters is not effective, it's not working, and they're having to reach for extreme measures because they cannot get ahead of the viral evolution. This is in complete contrast to the messaging that's coming out of the FDA. And really, I think we have to acknowledge the truth is that we're being lied to by both.
Yes. And I think you and I have discussed that from the CDC to the FDA. We knew the drug companies have been lying because they don't care about human life. They care about the almighty dollar. We can set that over here on this table and talk about that in a second. The FDA and the CDC are supposed to be these agencies that we as Americans trust with our health, the family health, right? We hope that
not
if I tell my kids,
all over the world.
It's true, they give guidance to us, right? America's usually leading a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've destroyed the credibility of the American biopharmaceutical industry through the actions of the FDA.
So did he also admit in that video, I believe I heard him say earlier, I don't know if it was in that particular clip that we showed, he believes that it came from the lab and it was released, either intentional or accidental, but it was man-made.
Yes, that's another bombshell.
He said man-made came from the lab. I heard that.
Completely agree. There, it's explicit in what he says. Is that, and you have to infer that is the consensus within Pfizer.
So you've got Pfizer who admits secretly it came from the lab. It was either released intentionally or accidentally. They maybe don't know. Maybe they do.